What up, beautiful human beings? I'm going on a ferry. We're going to the Isle of Wight, which is a tiny little island off of the south coast of England. What up, freaks? First things first, let's get this out of the way. Merch. New t-shirt design. I cut the sleeves off of mine. And check it out. So, this is a large. Quite a vibe with the sleeves cut off. Hey, what do you think? Link in bio. What up, beautiful humans? What's happening? What's going on? I'm still feeling a little bit charged up from my workout that I just did, and I just really wanted to make a little vloggy today and say hi. Just talk about the exciting momentum that I've got going in the exercise department and in like my physical fitness. As you guys know, from just kind of happy in my body, however, but like to also be strong in my body, this feels like the sort of weight I should be at. This is not only a thirst trap, link in bio, it is also a conversation about how I couldn't do 5 chin-ups 2 months ago. And I've just done my second day of 5 times 10 chin-ups. And the strength that I feel to be able to do 10 chin-ups and have like 2 or 3 minutes off and another 10 chin-ups, it's like reminds me of the days of kayaking when I was an athlete. And just like being physically strong is such a mental game changer for me that I just want to encourage you guys to fucking just move your bodies. Move your body, like however that might look for you. It's different for everybody, and it's not a competition. Only person you're in competition with is yourself. I cannot, you know me, when I feel a vibe and I'm riding a wave, I get on the fucking phone and I share it with you guys, because it feels almost like anxiety, but it's actually excitement and a lot of life force energy moving through my body. So I wanted to speak to that a little bit too, because that's an important thing to think about. So often I can get sort of excited and anxious at the same time. Like my intuition is like, yeah, go on. And at the same time, quite rightly and logically, my mind is going, whoa. The two wolves on the inside. And the anxiety always has something fearful to say. And the excitement always has something curious to explore despite the fear. That's adventure. That's my whole adventure. We were on the outside adventure, making hundreds of vlogs. Now I'm on the inside adventure, and I've been making some videos and content around that. And now I'm starting to understand the mirror effect. Basically, adventuring is just the willingness to curiously explore something new. That's what an adventure is. So we can have an internal adventure, a psychological adventure, a theoretical, conceptual, archetypical, mythical adventure, which is how the psyche is, for me anyway, is like the mysticism of it, and the archetypes within myth and storytelling is what really helps my deeper, lesser known to me parts of my psyche to blossom open. And I think that's just so wonderful, and like and mysterious in itself. Why is it that storytelling can help open up parts of us that like fact and logic and reason just can't penetrate? Well, I'll tell you why. Maybe this is my theory around it. It's because to connect experientially to those higher realms of mysterious love, the mystery outside of the realm of intellect and reason, which is a whole paradigm of intellect and reason, Newtonian physics, measurable, factual, provable, mind-based. But in order to move into the upper paradigm, it's literally a different paradigm because the rules in this one don't apply here. That's why it's another paradigm. So you have to let go of everything you think you know to experience this life in a new way, in a mystical way, in a juicy way, in a curious way, and not just a fear-based way. To even curiously understand what fear even is. That's the power of curiosity. That's the power of inquiry. It's like the fear can take over the whole space and be like, ah, and you can still hold an inquiry and say, hey, what is it? Where's this fear coming from? Is it actually my intuition telling me and trying to shake me to not repeat a pattern? Upon inquiry, to understand fear and understand our relationship to fear and understand our relationship to the parts of ourselves that are fearful and the parts of ourselves that are curious and inquisitive, like a child that hasn't yet learnt to fear a bunch of things and run around trying to avoid worst case scenarios. Children are free to play, of course, with the guidance of a wiser adult. But we're living in a world of not very wise adults who quite often don't understand the deep inheritance of wisdom that a child brings into this world before we cut it and shape it and beat it and force it out of them so that they can be something and someone that makes us feel comfortable and fits nicely into the system. So the inward adventure is like really important, because without understanding the terrain of what's happening on our internal landscape, for me, life was very confusing and frightening. I couldn't understand like why things were happening. Why was this pattern repeating itself over and over? Anyway, I'm saying all of this to say, we must have a relationship with fear. We must understand fear, because quite often what we're scared of is fear itself, because quite often there's nothing in there.
Oh.